flutists in the world, Muramatsu flute family, and little piper lovers. Welcome to Treasure Tuesday. I am Mihoko Watanabe, professor of flute at the Ball State University. Today's treasure is a symphonic intermezzo, Méditation, from the opera Thais. It was written by a French composer, Jean Massanet, and its premiere was in Paris in 1894. This piece is one of my favorite pieces. I still remember when I was little in Japan. So every morning, my mother dropped the needle on the vinyl record to play classical music while she's cooking and when we were eating. So I'm just curious, what sort of memory do you have when you heard this piece first time? Would you drop some comments on the Muramatsuamerica Facebook? I love to read what sort of memory you have. So now I'd like to introduce some of the story of the opera in order to portray musical aspect. So the story is set in the early 1st century on the River Nile. A priest approaches Thais as a dancer of a night world of Alexandria with the goal of talking her into repentance and leading her to a life of faith. However, ironically, his own faith is replaced by love for Thais, just as she becoming inclined to accept religion. So now, this meditation, played by a solo violin with a harp accompaniment between the first and second act, it portrays a change in Thais' heart from wanting to seduce the priest at the end of the second scene of the first act to wanting to begin a religious life. Now, I have a few technical tips for you to perform this piece effectively. There are 4 of them. 1, tempo marking. 2, long phrases. 3, alternate fingerings. And 4, dynamic changes. So let's start with the tempo marking. So in this piece, tempo mark indicates andante religioso. Now you know the story about this opera. You know how it sounds and what's sort of fast and how you feel when you perform. Yes, Massanet may also have a written piece with this religious intention in mind, like religious feeling, and devout and solemn. So knowing andante, it's a walking pace, unless you walk really, really fast, right? It's not going to be too fast. Number 2, long phrases. As you already heard, this piece was written for violin and harp accompaniment. So that being said, yes, flute uses a lot more breathing in order to produce sound than violin. As you can see, violin can create a longer phrase. Can we try to mimic that? I think we can, by using more connection between the note. What does that mean by that? So I'm going to play first way, not using intention of longer phrase. Sounds like this. So you can hear every note and rhythmically correct, pitch is right. But then if you have more connection between the note, so do not stop the air blowing. So your intention of air goes to the end of the phrase. It sounds like this. so that you can feel the bigger phrase. So, number 3, alternate fingerings. At the end of this edition, it has high F sharp, fermata, whole note. Okay, so usually our high F sharp end of the note gets some worried. One, fear of tapering. So what is that? Can I not crack? Can I not drop the pitch? Can I not to just, stop the sound, nice tapering, and so forth. If you use a regular finger, it may, or some people are really disciplined to train yourself, you may be able to do perfectly. But then there is some solution. Mr. Monroe put fantastic fingerings. So it is thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, and then right hand, middle finger, and ring finger. So this F sharp, high F sharp, will solve the problem. Okay, first, I would like to play regular high F sharp, and then second one is that fantastic fingerings, okay? Yeah, gotta work hard on that one. Okay, now, this fingerings. Magical. I'll let you try this. Enjoy it? Great. So lastly, I think I would like to definitely talk about dynamics changes. As you know, extreme dynamics change is one of the most important characteristics of romantic music. So, in order to do extreme dynamics, I think can be some solution. Perhaps we can try to think in just a little bit of different way. So let's think dynamics change as in color change rather than volume change. Because volume change, if you're trying to do crescendo, you tend to push the air and then pitch goes up and then tone quality, right. So there are 2 ways I would like to introduce. First, color change can be achieved by use of vibrato. And second is use of harmonics or not. So those are the 2 I'd like to introduce. Okay, for example, measure 10, use of vibrato. So this particular measure have half note, both of them are 2 half notes there, middle E to F natural, crescendo to the F. Yes, middle register is one of those, it does not project as much. So this is a great opportunity to use vibrato as a device. Here you go. So if I push the air, it goes like this. Right, I'm so sorry. It hurt your ear. Yeah, so am I. Now, how about use the vibrato to reach that crescendo? So now, vibrato has 2 elements. First, speed, and the other one is width. So we're going to only use width. So we're going to have narrow width in the very beginning, and then gradually increase the wider width to achieve this goal. Here you go. So you can hear effective crescendo. So that's one of them. Second, use of harmonics or not. So, or not can be achieved with drastic dynamics changes. For example, measure 27 and 28, forte, and then suddenly reaching that beautiful B flat chord change, it's got piano dynamics. So you can hear use of harmonics until all the forte, and then suddenly without harmonics on the piano. So you can hear, it sounds like a dynamics change, but then reducing harmonics can be a tool for that extreme dynamics changes. Hope these are helpful. Here is Méditation from Opera Thais. Thank you very much for watching. Happy fluting.